Okay, good morning, good morning, good morning, my quilties. This morning we're gonna go back to the charity quilt, but before we do that, I wanted to show you some things that I had done at the retreat and before. Okay, I want to show you some things. We had this at our guild. We had this pizza box challenge where we had a pizza box that we got, and we put inside the pizza box a focus fabric, an accent fabric, and a background fabric. And everybody, we passed the box around to different people in the guild, and each person that got the box had to make a 12.5 inch block. And so by the end of the year, you would have 12 blocks. You did the first one, and then the 11 other ones came from 11 different people. So this was mine. These were my colors that I put in my box. And some of them, I'll tell you this, some of them wasn't exactly 12.5 inches. Some of them was short. I think one was too big. And some of them had a lot of points in it. So that means that I have to add something to the block or fix the block, or I just cut it down to the smaller size. So I call my quilt the no point quilt because all the points got cut off. So this is it put together. And you can see that some of them don't have points, but I had to cut them off in order to get them to the same size. But other than that, it came out pretty nice. I don't know if you could see the back of it. I mean the bottom. So I'll turn it around so you can see the bottom. But it came out pretty nice. Came out pretty nice. But that's what it's called. That's my name for it. The no point quilt. I'm gonna put this together probably in the next couple of days. Put a backing on it and the batting. This one here was one of the fat quarter patterns, free patterns, and it's called the chip and dip. And that's how that came out. Came out of the fabric and everything didn't come out the sew sampler, but the pattern did. Let's turn it around. Came out pretty nice. It's a nice size. And then I had one other one. Now this one here came out of the first sew sampler box. I think in January. And I did this at the retreat. It's called Buttons and Bows. Came out pretty neat. Buttons and bows. And I'm gonna, because they're not so big, I'm gonna go ahead and quilt them and put them together. Just wanted to share it. Oh, I got something for my granddog too. I'm gonna send this to my daughter to put up in her place. Isn't that cute? They had it on Missouri Star, I think it was. So I'm gonna sew this together and send it to her. Other than that, that's what we got. So we're gonna go back to this. This is the charity quilt, and this is my block. And this is of course the one for breast cancer. And then we're gonna do another the exact same block in a primary color. my color was red. So we're going to bring this down some, and we're going to show you the pieces again. I already showed you what the pieces were. You could read that again. Of course, we have A, 4, 4.5 inch, B, 1, 6 by 6, C, 2, 6 by 6, and D, 1, 6 by 6. Then you have E, 1, 4.5 by 4.5. All right. Okay. So I was looking to see. Okay, so now what we have to do with these 6.5 inch blocks, which is A and B, C, and D, we're gonna put one C with the D, like that, right sides together, and one C with the A, right sides together. Move this up here. I'm gonna actually move this out the way. Now on here we have to draw a line diagonal. I use a friction pin because when you press it, it comes right out. So that's why I use a friction pin. And we're going to draw the line. If my friction pin is working. These things, you know, it don't make sense to buy a lot of these at once. I have bought a whole pack of them. But if you're not using them a lot, it don't make sense to buy a bunch of them because they don't last. They get dry. Looks like these want to work on one shot. Here we go. There we go. This is another one. This is black. That one was blue. They come in different colors. And you already know I have a green one. That's the one I use most. It's in the other room though. Okay. So now that we have these, the lines on here, we're going to take this over to the sewing machine. And we're going to sew a 1/4 inch on this side and a 1/4 inch on that side. So on both sides, we're going to sew a 1/4 inch. I need some pins. They over by my machine. I'm going to take you over to the machine with me. So you can see what we're doing here. Okay. Push that down there. Now what I like to do is I like to put a little pin on both sides just so it don't move. You don't have to. It's something I like to do. I like to put a pin on both sides of the line, way over where I don't have to take them out when I'm sewing. Way on the end here. There we go. And I'm gonna also, I had my that's what you call an open toe foot, and I was doing some applique, so I had that foot on, but I'm gonna take it off and put my 1/4 inch foot back on. And my 1/4 inch foot has the guide on it. Put this back on. You know what else I'm gonna do? I'm gonna change this thread. I had something I was doing in orange. We don't need orange. Put my white bobbin back in. How quick that was. Let me see what kind of thread. You get to see me do everything. I gotta thread the machine and everything. So I was doing something else. I'll be ready in a minute. All right. Now we back in business. Back in business. All right. Here we go. With the 1/4 inch foot, with the guide, I always put my guide on the line. I don't know if you can see that. Let me see if I can get you. I don't know. The light is right in the way. Let's see something. There you go. Can you see my guide is right on that line? The guide on the foot is right on that line. And so you want to take that and just sew all the way down on this side, flip it, and sew on the other side, okay? There we go. And you could chain piece these. Just put this one right under it and just keep going. You could leave it, but I like to leave them together, but I'm gonna separate them here. So down one side and down the other. Flip it and down the other side. There we go. And what that does is gives you 2 half square triangles. I'll take these pins off, and we're gonna cut on the line. Take it back up to the cutting board, and we're gonna cut right on the line. And then we'll come back. I don't have my Okay, so now we got those sewn together. Now we're gonna cut right on the line. I like to use my rotary blade. You could do this with a scissor because you got a line there, so you could just take the scissor and cut it right up. I have this, so we're gonna use this. Okay. We have 2 half square triangles. Okay. All right. Now we're going to put these on here opposite each other. Sorry. Opposite the color. Trying to make sure. Okay, there we go. See that? That's how I lines make sure I got it right. Because this is what we're going for right here. So if I did it this way, how did I have it like this? It would be like this. And that's not what we want. We want, turn it back. We want this. That's what we want. And even if I do it this way, we'll get the same thing. So that's what we want. And then we'll, here we go. So see this? When we pressing, we're gonna go press. Make sure it's nice. So we're gonna press this. Get myself a little confused here. Okay, so we're pressing to the red this way, and then we're pressing to the white. Okay, white, red. So we're gonna turn them this way. Press that way. And the reason is so that the seams will lock. The seams will lock in. Okay, we want the seams to lock in. So I'm gonna go over here to the iron. I'm gonna press those. I'll be right back. I'm just gonna go right over here to the iron. Take a second. Sometimes I have to look at things and see how they work when I put them together before I sew them. So that's a good idea too. Lay it out first before you start sewing and have to rip them all out. I'm good for that because I hate to rip out, but I do. Sometimes I'll be trying to work too fast. Alright, now they're good and pressed. One is going one way, one is going the other. Before we sew, we lift it up and make sure it's going the right way. And it's going the right way. And we're going to draw the line this way. Let's get both of them done at the same time. Make sure they're on here right. And make sure they're nesting. And then flip this over to make sure. And it works. Get my ruler. Draw my line. Black. Ruler. Get this line in here. Some people don't need a line. I need the line. I'm not that somebody. Get you over a little bit. There we go. The good thing about it, like I said, we put a couple of pins in there to walk you over. Back down here. Back to the machine. Put a couple of pins in. Make sure they don't move. One on one side. One on the other. We're going to have to trim these down. What's going on? Okay. Right there. Same thing. So down one side. Okay. I don't want that to lift up. Down the other side. Alright, we got that sewn. Take the pins out. Moving right along. Moving right along. This one here, I couldn't get my camera set up the way I wanted it, so y'all just gotta bear with me on this one, but you can see what I'm doing. Now again, we're gonna cut right on the line. First, before we cut, let's make sure. Yep, that's what we want. Can't uncut. You can look first, but sometimes when we go too fast, we mess around and have to cut more fabric out. It's hard to fix some cuts. Okay. Here we go. That's what we're looking for. And that's this part. This part right here. That's what that is. Now, we need to cut this to 4.5. Let me see, what is it now? It's like 5 1/4. But we got to get it to 4.5. Bear with me 1 minute. I need a different ruler. Oh, I'm so sorry, y'all. But my bag was in the car. Because I was out at my guild meeting. And I had my rulers with me. See? Let me show y'all. See? my ruler bag. So I needed a certain ruler. Which one is this? Quarter. That's what happens when you don't put your... See, y'all seeing me in rare form today. When you don't put your rulers back. Support I need to have. And when you need them, of course, they're not where they're supposed to be. And I have this bag labeled. I have it all labeled. Everything should be in this place so I can find it. I could use this ruler, but I don't really want to use these here are good rulers too. These are block lock, which I might have to use now because I can't find the ruler I'm looking for. These rulers that I'm looking for is this. See if I can see. And these are perfect slot trimmers here. But this one here is, what is this one? This is 3/4. The other one I was looking at is 1/4. And another one in here, and this one here is 1/4. So these, even after all of that, it's not the ruler I'm looking for, but I could use this one. These are the slot locks, the block locks. You have to use this one. So that means when you use this particular ruler here, the block locks, when you use these, you have to press it open. When you use the perfect slot ruler for the half square triangle, you leave it closed and cut it and then press it open. So we're gonna have to use this one because I don't know where my other ruler is. It's probably out there by my other machine, but we'll just press these open and use that. I'll show you how to use that one. Okay, so this one, it's a little groove in here. It's a little indent, it's a groove. And so when you use this one, you slide it over the seam. It locks in there. It'll just lock right in there. And then you'll slide it to the size you need, which I need 4.5. Okay, I want this in the middle, like that. Turn it around. And I really should be on my rotating mat, but I'm not. Sometimes you don't have a rotating mat. Just do it like this. And there we go. 4.5. 4.5. I have a little thing over here. Put my scraps in. Put this on here like this. This is E, because now we're just going to put this together. It's our middle block, E. These are our 4 corners. Put this like that. I'll set this aside and press these other ones, and we're gonna put these together. It's like a 9-patch. This is basically, it's really a nice block to do. It's not that difficult. You know, it seemed like it with all the stuff I'm doing around here. It should have been an easy thing to do. I can't find everything. I should have had everything set up. I don't know if this is how y'all work, but sometimes this is how I work. Hot. All right. 4.5. We're going to lock it in here.